Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Thought I'd do a quick update for you guys in relation to what I'm looking at on Bitcoin, a few altcoins and what we sort of went through yesterday, and yeah, just how we played out. So yeah, we got that bearish retest I talked about. So let me explain what I meant. So the whole point yesterday was if we failed to reclaim this range high I mapped out at the 71,972 region, it was just going to be a drawdown. So sort of key levels I've sort of marked out again as it stands. We're wicking down sort of the 68.9 region. Don't know if you guys remember, I mentioned that yesterday. So we're sort of finding support there. Reason being, we're bouncing. We've got the swing low here, so this is a range itself. So in terms of plays, as it stands, I'm not in a position. Just sort of waiting for some better structures to form, but so you've got this sort of range here. We've wicked below it. To get into a position, what I want to sort of see is just to reclaim some levels on the lower time frame. So I'll be looking at, probably delete that now. So again, we sort of want to see a reclaim minimum. I mean, you can long, people would have chose to long here, for example, but you can always get this sort of ABC formation, reject here, grab the liquidity, and then come back down again. There's nothing stopping them doing that. So in order to long, what I would, again, it'd be a scalp, which may turn into a swing position, but again, would just be that reclaim of that key level at 6992. First target 6998, top of the range here at 70, and then just keep on working up. You probably take about 10% each level. Main target would be 71,972, but the order to get the trade in would just be a reclaim here. You can see now we're starting to drop down. So I mean, you could enter here. I mean, you'll have to pay a lot of attention to it, but again, for me, it's not quite clear cut. So safest bet is just to wait for that reclaim here then up. In terms of the bigger time frames, what we're looking at, so again, as it stands, so got the volume profile here. We're sort of sat in this sort of big volume transactional area. In terms of the range POC, that's, I think we did hit that. Oh no, sorry. To be fair, it has moved. That's fine. So it's come down to the 78 sort of region. So you can only expect, really, for the continuation down. So just from a reactive area. So again, if we fail to reclaim this level here to scalp it, we would just wait for that sort of short opportunity. And again, the point of control of a range is quite significant. So what we could see, that small little bounce up, we just flush down to the lows, take out the stops here, a big order block here, and if we start to bounce, reclaim it, retest it, we can then look to long here on the retest, stop loss below the low, and just if we do get the big pump, even if it just pumped to here, for example, we can trade that up, and that's a good 5-10% move. So I'll take that any day of the week. The range itself, again, bearish. There's nothing else to say. I'll go for a few key levels with you. So the anchored VWAP. Again, it usually acts as a good sort of retest point. So again, if we do, retest, deviation above and above the range, close back below it. Again, we'll take in those shorts. But yeah, so what we could be in at the moment, which it seems likely, is we're in the first wave down of the bigger move down to the downside. I don't see why we're going to suddenly come up to the 8,000. I think it's the chance is very unlikely. So what's likely for me is to come down, test 67. We get that, potentially get a bounce up. So again, you've got the wave 1 here, the W wave, the ABC. So this will just be the first leg down of the bigger correction. So again, we probably come up to retest 70,500. Look for those shorts while below the 71,972 region. Start targeting my lower target. So you've got the 58 region. And then you've got the 53, which I've talked about. And this would literally just be the 88 wave count I've shared before. So again, the 1, 2, the 3, 4, 5, and then we should get a massive bounce and resurgence. So, but on top of that, I mean, there's a few things you can see. Potential head and shoulders pattern forming. So again, bearish. The volume I assume is bearish. Yeah, more spikes of. When you see more spikes of the red sort of the sell volume, it's a redistribution, and you've got no real follow through from the bulls at all. You know, you get those nasty retests, you grab liquidity, you're straight back down again. Yeah, so for Bitcoin to be tapped down to 67 sort of 5 region, bounce up again, potentially 75 and down. But if you've been following my videos for last week, you know how well have we caught, you know, the initial bounce. We called this 3-wave drop here, we longed here up to the range high. I did want to see 72,000 here. You can see we literally was a hair off that. I mean, it's been pretty good for accuracy, I have to admit. So we wanted 72, we were literally $10 off that. So again, I was taking profit on the way up, just missed the sort of next target, but not to worry. Our stop losses moved as we went on. Again, all my trades are in the private group. So again, if you want to support me more, please do check them out and sign up to those. Be much appreciated. So that's Bitcoin. So again, the next few weeks, I'm going to assume the updates will be coming down here. So I don't know what will trigger that off. Again, some are potentially war related with the Iran situation in Israel and the US. Ethereum will literally have a very similar. But before I check Ethereum, so what I do also check is the XO charts, so the volume footprint. I've talked about the footprint charts and the volume analysis. One thing you do want to look for is the so you get the point of control as the most transaction volume in a range. When you've got one that's not been tested, so it's called a naked point of control, they do act as very significant areas of interest. So as it stands, obviously we're down the 68.9 sort of region. We've got a naked one here at the 73 sort of 8 region. So you know, if we were to get somehow some really nice sort of legs up, I expect that to be taken out, so that'd be an area of interest. But again, as it stands, the highest probability move is to the downside, and we'll just take that out as we go up. Got another one at 87.8, another one at 95, so there's a few things to keep an eye on. So in terms of the downside, again, why do I expect 58 to be hit? There's a naked point of control here at 58,000, and you've got more 37.3. So if we do get leg down, that bear market relief rally, you know, I would expect another tap down to the 37. I don't expect to hit to 28, 26, but yeah, who knows at this point. We trade what comes. Again, you know, wherever happens, we will be taking those moves, rest assured. So Ethereum, so again, it's a similar situation. Again, that's a very nasty sort of projection. So that is, for me, that can only be a wave 4. You know, you've got A, B, C. So as it stands in terms of what we're in at the moment, so we're going to get the range high. But yeah, it's quite simple. So again, we had this drop, I was waiting for that 3-wave sort of correction. It doesn't look, I mean, when it comes to the ABC 88-wave corrections, you get the C wave, but in terms of a rule, the C wave has to be, in terms of the Fibonacci extension, at least 618 of the A wave. So again, you've got the A wave here. So you start with the extension tool from the bottom of the A wave up to the top, then back down to the bottom of B wave, which is here. And we've not hit the 618. So because of that, I can only expect that we are still in a B wave. So what I mean by that is, so something like this. You've got the A wave here, then you've got the C wave is forming here. Again, you've got nice order block here above the low. So again, if I had to, I'm not a better man, if I had to take a wild guess, again, we missed all this liquidity up here. So I do think my sort of, again, we've got that point of control as well. Put that, yeah. So I'm gonna quickly show you what I'm looking at. So I know this does help to teach people, and I'm sort of just outlining a few bits. The reason I put this here is the range high here. Again, look for those wicks that will show us the ranges that we went through. So I wouldn't just long now. I'd wait for a reaction. But again, if we can get something like this first sort of bounce up, because again, if it's a C wave, you're going to have 5 waves up. So like here, there's 1 wave, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you'd always get a retrace. You might get 1 wave here, and then we look for that retrace. Say that's wave 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we come down. It just, for me, makes sense. So again, we've got the A wave here. So you want to count. Again, it's not too complicated. I mean, I'll go through in videos in the future about my earlier wave and analysis, but it's something like this. So you've got, so within a B wave, you can only have A, B, C again, or WXY, a corrective structure, which consists of a 3 waves. So you've got, yeah, just ignore what I'm doing now. It's just a structure sort of map. So you've got A, B, C. That's this wave here. C wave would have to be an impulse. So you've got 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. So I think we've got a little correction here. 1 more move down, then the big move up. So that's my prediction. Again, I will be trading it up with the groups if it comes. It just makes sense because this has fallen for me just too short. We've not proper tested this high here. We've not tested here, which I thought we would have done that. So yeah, we'll see if I'm right, but I think that'd be perfect. Even if we move the C wave up to here to 2238, then we get the crash. That's what I'm thinking. So again, he had the impulse, which is beautifully done. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, it's a bit messy, but you sort of work it out from the volume. Sort of tapers down, the buy volume comes in, get that spike. It was picked up a little bit down anyway, so you sort of knew. And there was such a key area here, was, order blocks and volume. It showed us the reversal sort of side, but I do think now we're going to be getting that sort of reversal point. So for me, I'll make it a bit cleaner. It's basically something like this. So again, you've got this wave forming here. So again, that'll probably be a wave 4. Everyone's going long up here. So we get a move up here. 1 more leg down, which will probably test this range here. So say 2040, 2035. We don't want to come below this level here. So again, it might come down to a sort of point here. Everyone's panicking, but we're not panicking. Then we look for that sweep of the highs. Everyone is then longing. We're not. We're shorting. And how you would take this short is simple. Again, it's a range here. So you'd wick above it. You take out these sort of highs. You'll just come back below it, and then we short back into it. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking is going to happen. So in terms of a count, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So one wave has to consist of 5 subwaves. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means wave 3. Wave 4 is forming now. And this is just a huge opportunity if we do get this. Massive opportunity. But again, if we get that on Ethereum, Bitcoin's going to do the same thing. So reverting back to it, again, we get a nice drop now. Again, Bitcoin looks more bearish than Ethereum, but again, we could come all the way down to, as long as we don't take out the lows. But if the whales do play this out, it's going to be nasty. But if Ethereum looks that good, I can only assume Bitcoin is even, it's going to do the same thing. So again, for me, mapping out the levels, you've got the little order block here. So again, Bitcoin, again, will come down to level, not take out the lows ideally. So we get that bounce up to this would be nice, the VWAP here, the average weighted VWAP, it would just be perfect. It would just throw off so many people. Like, and yeah, in terms of confidence, look at that. Got the golden pocket zone here. Yeah, I mean that's brilliant. Yeah, I like that. Okay. So again, it's a plan. It's not guaranteed to play out, but we look at plans and structures, and we base the thesis off that. So again, I'll wait for longs a bit further down. I won't rush into a position now, and then again we'll look to long this sort of wave up. So again, ideally, see how we go. So 68,000, hit that, straight back to 72.8. First target you're looking at 72.2, 72.8. We then short back down. But again, if you do catch these moves again with me, it's just going to be incredible. So that's a 7% move. If you use leverage, for example, it's only better. I always recommend no more than 5% of your overall position. Or 5% sort of position size in terms of your overall wallet. Never go all in, because I've seen so many things go wrong with that. And yeah, we've got such a big bull run to come. It'd be a shame to be liquidated before you get that. But in terms of the macro, what I'm expecting to happen, again, if we do get this drop here, everyone's going to expect this to be taken out. It might do, but I do expect, because of Ethereum, it's going to match. If Ethereum pumps up, Bitcoin's going to do the same. Come up to here, everyone then's going to expect a move up. If we start to reclaim 73.3, we will long it up to the 75 plus, but we'll be long from down here, so we'll already be in that position to take it. So you're not going to miss out. But if we get that move here, that will just confirm again the head and shoulders that I talked about earlier on, and that will do it perfectly. So yes, that's my Bitcoin Ethereum update. Yeah, a few things this morning. Again, was expecting a retest up here, didn't quite get it. Got a retest it, yeah, but again, the idea is looking good. Every day I call the bias pretty much spot on with my partners in the group. Do check them out. Again, it's more for support if you're new to trading. You've got the paid group, you've got the 3 weeks group, my partners. Again, do check them out, they're fantastic. And again, you get access to my group for free if you do sign up using the link as well. But yeah, it's been a good, just to show you in the group, for example. So I recognised this morning this sort of structure. So I had the ABC here. We were only going to go up. So we entered here. Sorry. Yeah, so we had that sort of range retest. So for me, that was a long, all day long. So again, shed 10%. It was a 2% move up. Again, I was on leverage about 10x. So, but yeah, we don't close all the position. We just close I sort of like 10% increments. Again, went up again, kept going up. So took more profit. Stop loss was at entry, so it wasn't a losing trade. Again, another 10% up. So overall, yeah, fantastic. And Ethereum as well, in the groups. So I recognised this sort of bearish retest. It was only going to come down to that level. So I said, as long as we're below this level here, short it down and take your profit at 2.053 to start with. And if you look at that, we hit 2.053, bounced up. So yeah, easy short. Again, everyone's happy. If you look at Ethereum since then, yeah, it's come down more. So yeah, so that's the update. So again, hopefully we'll get the nice sort of range form. So again, another low, bounce up, one more low down to the 2.040 region. We might take out the lows, but that's fine, but ideally not. And then we'll look for that impulse up to the C wave. But if we do start to break below, so I'll show you again, this is not guaranteed to happen. We just form some ideas to work off. But if we start to really close below, even here, 2.035, and let me pull up another chart. Yeah, so you see the retests are brilliant. When you put it across, it's just off that level there. So you're seeing that bounce now. So yeah, again that drop. So we'll see how we go. We're reacting off that order block now, but again, if we can sort of hold here, one more little leg up here, then back down again to the 2035, which yeah, again we may just drop to new lows, but I'm just trying to form an idea here. Then sort of get something like that, then back down. So we'll see how this plays out. But overall, sorry, still bearish. I mean, if we did start closing below sort of the range low, so let's take a look. So start doing something like that, retest it, don't close above there. It's a short all day long. The targets, you're looking at this block here, so you're looking at 1990 to begin with, and then down to 1925. But overall, we will be seeing new lows. That's inevitable at this point, in my opinion, because we had the 5 wave here. That's the beginning of a new trend. I highly doubt we'll see new highs. So my primary bias, technically, is that new low. So again, we want to, if we can get a long in the meantime, but we want to get those shorts up there. That would be a generational short. I mean, if we got that short, I mean, our target, you're looking down to 17. It's a 24% move. I don't know what will cause it, but technically, it is what I'm looking for to happen. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it helps. Please, again, continue subscribing, liking, commenting. Really appreciating the positive feedback the last few weeks, guys. So yeah, keep it coming. And any suggestions, please do comment as well. Always open to listening. Anyone looking to join the groups, please do reach out to me and I'll get you in as soon as possible. But yeah, apart from that, stay safe. Hope you guys are all okay, and I'll see you in the next one.